what's going on, guys? This is Richie, the real deal heel Reardon, and we are back with another fascinating episode of Fig Life. This is a great show where we break down all things WWE merchandise, figures, everything like that. I am joined with my buddy, my partner in crime, Mr. John Wanglin, Johnny Podcasting. How you doing, buddy?
Dude, doing great here tonight, man. We had a fun show we taped earlier this evening here that's loading up right before the Royal Rumble. So if you guys are watching this as it comes out, it's right around Royal Rumble time, probably after when this is released. But we had a great show over on Rad Turtles, and now we're here doing some Fig Life, man. So it's a great night, buddy.
Absolutely. You're not lying about that, bro. And, we had a great time with Brad Shepard. If you guys don't know him, he's the host of the Oh You Didn't Know podcast and Patreon. So get over there, give that guy a follow. You will not be disappointed on the content that guy makes over there. Always controversial, but always a class act as well. Always fun.
Mm-hmm.
So
Absolutely,
you will not be disappointed. But we are here to talk about figures. So let's get right into it. We got a nice one here for the stamp of approval. That's a term we've been coining over here. Whenever the Fig Life, Fig World Order approves of a figure, we give it the stamp of approval. And one thing that's for sure is, and a constant on our show, is the Legends series that Mattel had. And I've done some research into it, and the sales of this when it first came out was not so hot on this series here. And we're finding out when we're looking back at it that people kind of regret that in a lot of ways, because you go back and you look at the prices of these fucking figures and they are just through the roof. So, maybe Mattel can somehow rebring that back to the scene, in my opinion, because you look at all these figures and I think the cheapest one I've seen is about $40-50 easy. So,
yeah.
So
I think we've had a couple of them on the show here already.
Yeah, we have. We've done the Austin one. We've done the Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. We've done a few others that I don't really remember right now. The Jake the Snake Roberts. Did we do that one?
Yeah, we did Jake. We did Terry Funk, maybe, I think.
Yep.
Terry might
So
have been
a
in
lot
an
of
episode that got lost in the original ones. We might have to do that again. I'll have to double check that, but that's a beautiful one too.
Oh, absolutely. It was the score that we got with the Harley race sign figure there. So,
Yep.
this is another score that we got, and I was up late one night just cruising on the eBay there, and I came across a fascinating lot of figures there for a great price, actually. This guy had a whole lot of Warrior figures. We're going to have him on the show. He's going to go over the rest of the collection, but we had to, because this figure is so great, we had to, put this on the show here as a stamp of approval because this is just a good one here. So I'll go ahead and reveal it now. It is part of that Warrior lot that we got.
Oh, man,
here it is.
God, it's beautiful.
This is actually John's. I haven't sent it to him yet. It's going to be in his half of the lot that we bought there.
I'm excited.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I mean, if you just look at this thing, and the good thing about it is this one's actually pretty mint condition. They had a few Warriors come out in this line. They had one with a yellow winged eagle. They had one with a yellow intercontinental title, and of course they had this one. This one here I love. He's got the orange, white, and blue little frillies on his boots there. I hate to call them frillies because that's kind of girly, but hey, it is what it is. The intercontinental title that me and John love that came with the Mr. Perfect that we've shown on the channel there that we unboxed. Just a great title in itself, and you get that iconic.
Yeah, that was another Legends figure there with Mr. Perfect.
That one hurt a little to open that one, but I did it for you guys, so it was in bad shape, so we had to do it anyways. But you get that iconic picture of Warrior in the background, and then you flip it over. Of course, I'll give you guys a quick view, and then I'll read what it has on it. Got that there.
Love it.
People that came in this series were Mr. Wonderful, Paul Orndorff. You had the Ultimate Warrior, of course, with the yellow winged eagle. Demolition Smash, which, on the podcasting realm of things, that's apparently my new identity.
Richie's the Smasher, man.
Demolition X, George the Animal Steel, and Hillbilly Jim. So, they had a great line. This was a superb line of figures, in my opinion. You look back at them, didn't care for the style of boxing. I wish they would have had a better box. But the logo and the color of the box and everything just looks great, in my opinion.
It's a hard box to hang. Like if you hang your figures like I do, some people put them up and make like shelves for them. I hang them because I have a huge room in here, and they're almost impossible to hang. Like you have to custom do it a little bit. It's kind of weird how like you have to do it, but you can do it. It's just hard. because you don't want to ruin the box on it too by doing it. So you got to be really careful.
Yeah, and just to give a few ideas on this figure that I see right off the bat, the wrist tape that they did, I don't really like. I wish they would have done a color deal there where it matched the scheme of his boots. I think that would have been better. They kind of did a yellow, white, and black,
Mm-hmm.
which to me it doesn't match his tassels off of his boots. That's the word, tassels.
There you go.
Tassels, tassels, tassels. And then, of course, the head scan, though, I will say they nailed right off the
Yeah.
bat. Pretty much every Warrior figure I've seen, they've done pretty doggone good for the different realms of his career there.
Mm-hmm.
So this figure, man, just perfect. Just a great one, and that's why we named it the Stamp of Approval this week.
Yeah, absolutely, man. It's a beaut. I can't wait to get it in with the Warrior collection that when it comes in and everything. And you had a great eye to pick up that lot, man. And we went on that we were talking about on one of the episodes last week, and it's a beaut, man. So I'm proud to have it up and to hang it proud up here, man.
Absolutely, and hey, I that just goes to show you guys out there in YouTube land, if you're looking into getting in the collecting game, it's a good time to, because a lot of people are putting stuff out there for sale that you got to grab, and there's a lot of deals out there, and it just takes a little effort to look for these things, and you can find them. They're out there. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm telling you, when you price out what we got about $500 worth of inventory, I would say, and that's being pretty conservative on that.
Mm-hmm.
This guy, gave us a hell of a deal, and I couldn't turn it down. I think we paid probably a third of what that was worth there.
Mm-hmm.
So heck of a deal there, heck of a score for us, and yeah, man, glad to have it in the collection there.
Absolutely, brother. Yeah, it's a lot of good stuff that we got, and I look forward to breaking down the whole lot here over the next couple week or so with everybody. It's gonna be a long episode, but it'll be a good one.
Yeah, we'll have the owner on there as well. He's real excited to get on and show what he assembled there. A great
Heck yeah,
collection.
man. It's gonna be fun.
Uh, Yeah, absolutely. So, segueing into that great score, we have the score of the week this week. And this one here, I'm telling you, man, for people who are underrated in the wrestling business, this guy is probably one of the top 10 underrated acts of all time. And, you'll see on the rest of this episode, there's a theme here going on. And this guy's going to start it off. So, this is the first time in line for this guy, and probably the first European champion, one of the greatest of European champions to come. He was the first European champion showed on the Fig Life episode here, Mr. D'Lo Brown. This is a signed figure of Elite Series 52, actually. This was his figure. He has the iconic chest protector. And, you have the man over here who did a show with the man that caused that chest protector, Mr. Dan Severn, and the realest guys in the room. John Wangland did a show with him for quite a while, actually, on the podcasting area there. So go back
Mm-hmm.
and check that show out. It was definitely great. A
Oh,
great
Dan's a
listen.
great guy too, man.
Absolutely. But he caused the chest protector, and so
Yes, he
that's a
did.
great feature there. Uh, you get a greatly detailed European title in this figure here. And the fact that it's the first time in the line is pretty sad, man, because D'Lo Brown, I know he was with TNA for a while, but he had such a great run in the Nation of Domination. Of course, he had a great tag team with Mark Henry and stuff, so I think he's definitely worthy of more figures than he has. You flip it there, you get a great picture of Mr. D'Lo Brown, the head bobber himself. Flip it on the back, there he is. He was 6'1", 278 pounds. God, he weighs a lot compared to what I thought he would weigh.
Yeah, D'Lo's definitely was a person that liked the snacks. You could see. That's all
We
I'm gonna
love
say
D'Lo
there.
here.
Yeah, love him to death, man. You can see him on TV. He's out there. He's out
Absolutely.
there definitely on Impact still, and getting ready to do an Aces and Eights thing too.
Yep, yep. So we'll be glad to have him back. And one of the more underrated factions in TNA was the Aces and Eights. So signature move was the lowdown in the Sky High. And his career highlights, he was Intercontinental Champ and a European Champ. So a lot of people that came in this line here was Xavier Woods, Kofi Kingston, Seth Rollins, Braun Strowman, and one that we both have in our collection, a great one to have, Ken Shamrock, which they
Yep.
knocked out of the park. This is his ring attire from the Raw of July 20th, 1998, but I think this is a pretty standard attire for D'Lo Brown, in my opinion,
Hmm.
so I don't know if that's accurate. He wore this quite often. I mean, this is what I picture when I picture D'Lo Brown right here. So
I agree. I think he pretty much wore the rest of his career in WWE.
yeah, and so the reason why this is a score of the week, man, I picked this up and it's signed. It came with a COA for $15 freaking. So what a heck
Yeah.
of a deal there. From Control Center Wrestling Pro, I'll give his eBay out. Go give that guy a follow. He's got some great finds over there. Good figure, and definitely a score of the week for sure.
It's a beaut, man. I picked a non-signed one up last week, so I love it too, man. It's a really nice figure. It's definitely a good one, brother.
Absolutely. Well, John, what do you got for us tonight, man? Continuing with the theme there of the Nation of Domination.
Well, I definitely have to go for the Nation. We're gonna have to hit up on two of the characters from the Nation there that were different characters. So this was something you got for me. We were talking about it on an earlier show. I've been looking for the Papa Shango WWE Classic for a long time, and you thought you saw it when you went down to the collector's market, and yeah, I'd been down there before, and then you called me down there. And you're like, shoot, it's not down here, but I found this autographed Papa Shango Elite Flashback. You want it? And I'm like, fuck yeah, hop on that right now, man. So this is a signed Papa Shango Elite one that you got for me out in the collector's market out there in Phoenix. And this is just a thing of friggin' beauty right here, man. Like for this figure, not a lot of Papa Shango figures are out there, man. And I've only seen him in a few lines. Have you seen him in any more lines than that, Richie?
This was his first time in the line for the Mattel series. He
Yep.
did have a figure in the Classic Superstars line, which was a great one. That
Yep.
was the one that we were talking about. He had a
Hmm.
Hasbro figure that came out. If I'm not mistaken, he did have one in the Superstars line, but that was the original Jax.
Yep.
The bone crunching, but I'm not too sure on that. You don't quote me on it. There is one that I have in particular in my collection, the Hall of Fame 2-pack with the Ultimate Warrior, the Elite there.
That's
That
awesome.
we'll eventually go over that one as well. But yeah, not too many figures. What you would think though.
Yeah, so it was like for those who don't remember, it was the voodoo character. So you see, like right here and everything he does, he has the voodoo stick in this. He has the voodoo necklace that's around. I mean, the detail in this is really just really tremendous here, and you'll see it in the pictures that I put up on YouTube with it. Just the look of the character and stuff. But the details are fantastic in this. They got the whole stuff that he would come out with to get up there. He had that feud with the Ultimate Warrior where he poisoned him. He came out at WrestleMania 8. It's notorious he missed the spot there at the end of the match to come out on time, so he kind of jumbled up the end of the match there a little bit. But it was he was out for a very short time, but it's one of those characters that people remember, that he did there, and he is a Hall of Famer as the Godfather. But I just love the Papa Shango thing. I thought it was super cool. I'll get the classic eventually, no doubt about it. It's just a pricey figure, and they're not around a ton, so one of those ones you got to look on and see if you can get it for the right price on everything. And this is in this like perfect condition that you got it for me and it sent it to me and it came in perfect condition. You got the side of the box here and everything. I mean, this is a flawless markup here, like with everything. The back of the box is fantastic. Just really detail oriented, breaks down kind of the character of him. Here's the other side of it right here. It was the elite collection for the flashbacks. And I really like the flashbacks that they did. And like you said, this was the first time in the line that they had for him. And the back said for him, he was 6'6", 330 pounds. His signature move was the shoulder breaker. And it said, with a morbid skull painted over his face and necklace made of bones, Papa Shango struck fear. And all who opposed him, the master of voodoo, was famous for casting spells on his adversaries, causing them inexplicable pain or sickness. Fans will never forget when Shango's black magic caused a strange dark liquid to ooze out from rival Ultimate Warrior's head. Although his WWE career was short-lived, Papa Shango will always be remembered as one of the scariest superstars ever. And they also had in this line, they had Justin Gabriel, Alberto Del Rio, Randy Orton, Daniel Bryan, and Kane in this one here. And I love the Papa Shango character. It was short-lived, but it was a memorable one that we're still talking about to this day. And I'd be interested to see if the Godfather ever gets people wanting him to come up and dress up in his character still. And when you told me this was out there, I hopped on it in 10 seconds. And I was like, absolutely, sign me up for that. I'm totally down for that one.
Well,
Now,
the good thing about that, man, is the head scan there. I think they did a great job on. But the one thing that I can say in comparison and contrast to the classic superstars, Papa Shango, was the classic superstars. They had maybe 3 or 4 body schemes that they used as far as the
Yeah.
body.
Hmm.
And the one that you have there, that Elite, that body is to scale of the Godfather way better than I feel the Jax one did. So just a great figure. They nailed that one out of the park.
Yeah, no doubt about it, man. They killed it on that one, and it being signed to Papa Shango. He's not signing much stuff as Papa Shango, so
Yep.
when Charles goes out to the all the conventions or what he does rarely. I mean, he's not a big staple at the convention scene. You don't see him out there much doing signings. He has a full time gig and a full time club that he runs legitly in real life. He legitly runs the Cheetah out in Las
Yeah.
Vegas, a large scale script club. He that's what he's been doing.
D'Lo's his bouncer. Yeah,
He
D'Lo
was for a
Brown
long
is his
time. I know
bouncer
that.
there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was for a long time there with them. Was head of security or something. I think he's with
Mhm.
TNA full time again or something. But they're great friends in real life and stuff too. So legitly, he's been out there living that Godfather type gimmick in some way, shape, or form for a long time. So he doesn't do a lot of conventions and wrestling things often. So Papa Shango's not something you see him sign as a lot because people look at him as this next one that I have, and it's the Godfather. And it
Did
is,
you did you know his wife actually came up with this gimmick, John?
yeah, I heard his story he told about this. It's quite funny, actually.
What the hell, man? That blew me away that she came up with that.
Yeah, she thought it was hilarious and funny, and she thought he would fit good with it and everything. So, yeah, it's a tremendous story. He's told it on a few interviews before. You'd have to probably see search. I think one of them is the High Spots network there with Sean Oliver. I think Sean Oliver did it with him, and
Yep.
he's such a charismatic guy, though. Like he really is.
Yes.
He's funny as hell, man, and legit tough guy too, man. Everybody says he's one of the toughest bastards out there. Legitly, he's a tough bastard, man. And Dan Severn fought him in the brawl for all. I think it was that we were talking about the other night there in the first round and beat him. And Dan ended up, long story short, there, Dan ended up saying, "There's no fucking way I'm not going to tap all these guys out." And they said to Dan, "We don't need your services in this anymore," because they knew who would win. But the Godfather, he said, was a tough son of a bitch, and everybody else says the same thing about him. Now, the Godfather gimmick was just great, man, and he just got inducted in the Hall of Fame on this. He debuted in the WWE as Papa Shango in '94, and then he had a lot of gimmicks. He had Kama Mustafa. He was in the Nation as Kama, and then he did this Godfather type gimmick there, and it got him over to the moon with everybody. He was an Intercontinental Champion multiple times over. I think he held it 3 or 4 times probably. And he had a legendary gimmick with the Godfather, and pretty much most of his career was that. He did a little heel turn on it, went with Right to Censor. He was the Good Father.
He
Then he
didn't
went back.
like doing it either.
Was it? He did. Yeah. Yep. And then he went back to this to kind of wrap up his career, and he kind of slowly went away, and you never really kind of saw him again. And then that's where he went. He went to the Cheat Out in Las Vegas. His club ran it, and he's been doing it ever since. So more power to him. But this character figure is really funny, man. It's got all the pimp characteristics to it, to the Godfather in this. You got the hat, you got the cane, you got the glasses. They have the removable necklace on this one here, and it's a really good figure. It's got the bright gimmick, very good head scan as you could see on this. When I start doing my loose collection eventually, this is one that will come out. I'll buy another one of these in the box because this box is in shit shape that I got it from.
That's just a placeholder right now.
Yeah, that's all it is right now. It's going to come out eventually, and when I start doing my loose collection, I'll get another one that's in mint condition, for this one, because they're not expensive or anything for these ones. You can get them for about 20-30 bucks typically. It's well worth it to buy it. I got this for like $5. It was like $5 to $7. I think I picked this up on with that package we got last week, $10 maybe. And I was willing to overlook the box just for that matter right there. It really cost us nothing to get it through some of the people we buy from. And the box is in absolutely just shit shape. And it's unfortunately for a beautiful character and a beautiful box, it's one of the ones, that will go out loose eventually, but it's kind of where I stack it lower. Just because me and you always talk about it. We like to keep our stuff pristine. But
Yep.
it's just a really cool figure they did here for it. They did in this line too. They did Psycho Sid, they did Dolph Ziggler, they did a Sting one, they did Mizdow, which I'm gonna get a Mizdow one here soon because I fucking love Damian Sandow, Aaron Stevens over in TNA anyways.
Another
And
score of the week of the show, man. We featured that on the show, and it was a signed one that I got for $11.
yeah, it's beautiful, man. I'm gonna pick one of them up soon too, man. I love anything Aaron Stevens does there. And then they had another one that's been eluding me, not this specific one, but I've been wanting one of this character for the last one in this line here for a long time, and it's a British Bulldog. But um, once again, I just haven't found the right one that I want for the right price. So I'm not
Have you
gonna
seen the
go.
Legends series one?
It's beautiful.
It's
Just
got the cut off leather biker jacket from the Heart Foundation. It's just amazing. They did a great job on it. That
yeah,
Godfather, I gotta say though, is the best Godfather made. You got the classic Superstars line. I have that figure signed. We'll feature it on the show
yep,
here real soon. And just a comparison of that, the outfit on that, they gave it this white mink coat, but it covered the whole outfit of the figure. This one, this is Godfather and his character for a majority of the time. So
yeah.
I'd say as out of the two, the most accurate one is that one there. So
Yeah, the white mink coat one yesterday was going online. I think there's a 2-pack of them of him with in the classics line with the mink coat, if I remember correctly. Um, and it was going online last night for like $99 for the 2-pack
wow.
on an auction. Yeah, I mean it's really detailed and nice. Don't get me wrong, but I don't know. Like I said, I think that one's tremendous there. I think it's a great look to it.
Hmm.
I mean they really knocked it out of the park for a lot of them, man. And I mean there's so many that we want to pick up and we talk about all the time. It's like trying to narrow it down sometimes is the hard thing here. And I couldn't pass this up for like $10 or under here, even though like I said the box was in crappy shape. I'm like
Yeah.
I picked that one up in the D-Lo for like $20 total, for two of them. So I'm like I'll gladly overlook it and put them out in my loose collection eventually and get another one because like I said, you got the D-Lo over there for $13 there signed. You can find them online if you go out and seek them out. And we both picked up a lot of cool stuff this week, and a lot of amazing deals too. So it's the
Yep.
power of searching things out, right?
Oh, absolutely, man. You ain't lying about that. And the deals are out there. You just gotta go look and turn your searches on. Do things that you can shorten your searching time. You know what I mean? That's what I attribute my successes to in finding things for cheap. Is
Yep.
it takes me less time when I have it already searched in there. I just click it and it shows what the updated searches are to people that have posted new things on eBay or OfferUp or any of those kinds of platforms there. It always helps out when you have updates sent to you on your phone. You click
Hmm.
it right away, it comes up, and bam, there you go. So we've
Yeah,
gotten a
we always
lot of
say,
great scores, and yeah,
yep, we always say it, man, especially with the auctions and stuff. And like I'd said many shows back ago, I wasn't into the auction stuff until you got me hooked on it. And I've scored some pretty pristine ones, as you have, on auctions for dirt cheap. So
yep,
I always tell everybody, if there's something you're interested in, go look on those auctions and you can narrow your search down, like Richie said, and filter it out really easy. And then hit your watch list and it's sending you what you want. Maybe you don't get it for the price that time, but hold it out for the right price. Go out and seek it out because you can get some figures that will run you over couple $150 for some of them, and shit. You never know when people put it out for a bid if they're going to put it out low, thinking they're going to get more, and for whatever reason it doesn't. You might get
yep,
yourself $100 figure for 20 or $30 and sitting on it and banking on it. Whether you want to keep it or sell it, if you're into the reselling and stuff, it's up to you. But
yep.
it's you could do some good business there and feed your addiction with as we have there with buying and selling and stuff. Thankfully, we have some nice stuff that we sell through the website and through eBay and everything too. Because we find a lot of stuff and we like it and put it out there because there's other things we like more. And I think it's the fun thing about the fig world that I've seen is with people is that we're always trading and selling up and selling out certain things, buying things, and I don't know, it's like addicting to go find the finds too.
Yeah, it's a great community, man. I haven't run into too many people that are bad in the community. In fact, I've had people who've even sent me things extra that they don't even want anymore. Whatever. It's a great community to be a part of. We've got a great audience that has been tuning in. We appreciate all you guys' views and stuff like that, and our subscriber count is getting up there, and we see the effort being put out to get the word out for the show. So definitely a thank you to you guys. And as a thank you, we are having a giveaway once we hit that 500 subscriber. We're going to put all your guys' usernames in a hat and draw a name out. That lucky person, that subscriber, is going to get to come on the show and show the figure that we gave them away. It's from my personal collection. It is a current WWE star, a former TNA NWA champion, and it is a signed figure. So we want to give it out. If you guys could spread the word, and you've done a great job so far, if you could keep continuing to do that, we appreciate it. Let's get the views up. Spread the word, leave a comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Help us out. We're trying to build a community here, and keep this going, keep the love going. So show us your collections there. You can send it over to my email, rickybobby112@gmail.com. You can also, the DMs are always open for trades or whatever. If you want to talk about your collections or wrestling or life, anything in general, anything under the sun, man. You can find me at I_Reardon. That's REARDON. Also on Facebook, you can find me under Richie Reardon. We just did in the podcast realm a great episode of the Chris Benoit tragedy. It is the first of three, and it was just a review of his career. Of course, you can go over there and visit Wrestling Anonymous, and then we have Monday Night Lights, where we do a Monday Night Nitro, excuse me, retrospective, where we break down from when Scott Hall invaded WCW till they closed shop. So that's just a few of the things I'm involved in. And John, where can they find you?
Yeah, we do great shows over on Wrestling with Reality as well, 5 days a week. Me and you do a bunch of stuff over there together, and Rob joins us here and there. And Rob's got Rad Turtles Wrestling, which we both help out on. That's more your review show style for the wrestling fans, where we do all your review stuff. Lots of great content over there too. And you can check me out on Twitter. It's at WWR Podcast on Twitter. DMs are open. And go over to the website. It's www.rcpodnetwork.com. We got all the podcasts, the store, everything up there. So go check it out. Emails, wwrpodcast.com@gmail.com. And if you want to go over, if you're on Instagram too, Reality Check Podcast Network on Instagram. But that's all I got for this week, Richie. We are out of time. Like Tony Schiavone said, man, we've overstayed our welcome. The TNT people are getting ready to cut us off here, man. We're well over our time. We will be back again over the next day or so with another brand new episode of one of your favorite things to watch for all of our great members of the Fig World Order. We hope you guys are doing good. We thank you for your loyalty. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Keep it spreading the word, and we appreciate everything you guys do for us. But we're out of time, Richie, so we got to remind them once again, all the Fig World Order members out there, man, you guys are with us always, and just remember, you're always going to be with us for
For
life.
life.